What is up, everybody? It's your host with the most, Nick, and we are back for another episode of Keep It Central. This is our first episode. If you haven't watched our introduction, go back and watch that before you watch this. You're going to get it, and it's going to help a whole lot coming on. So go back and watch that if you haven't already. Like and subscribe, as always. So our guest today, man, he's a husband, a father. He's one of my good friends. He loves God. He loves playing the drums. He loves his vintage tees. He is the orchestrator of Grace Studios. He's the head, well, along with his wife Ashley. Give it up for Nehemiah Cardona. Whoa, bro. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, dude? All right, man. How you doing today? How you doing today, bro?
Good, man.
Doing good?
A little tired because we got back from the Bay yesterday late.
Really?
And then we watched the Deontay Wilder.
How did that fight go?
Man, I really wanted Deontay to win, but I wasn't necessarily mad at who won. Like, I was actually happy with whoever won.
Yeah.
Cause it was a good fight. Like, it was very entertaining, but I had to fight the fight of sleep last night, and sleep obviously lost.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't really
for sure.
almost any sleep.
Yeah.
And then I played this morning at my friend's church.
Yeah.
So I'm not tired, but like my brain is.
Yeah.
Not my body, but my brain is like, yo.
Yeah, like, go to sleep, bro. We can't be doing this right now. Why are you up? You need to go to sleep. But no, that fight, I've only seen highlights of it. And it was the first I saw it, and I remember scrolling through Instagram, and they did it, and they were like, it was the first time Tyson Fury has ever been knocked down twice in a fight. And I was like, yo, like, for him to get knocked down twice, I mean, that'll
let you know like how good of a fighter Deontay Wilder really is. But I think his legs were not there the entire fight.
Yeah.
If he would have sticked with the game plan of body, then face, I think he would have won. I think he would have ended up like kind of deteriorate, like kind of slowly destroying Tyson Fury. But that's the Gypsy King, man. He is a monster, bro.
Yeah.
I love boxing, so
yeah. I'm more USC, but I haven't been keeping up with a lot of UFC because not a lot of great fights have been. I mean, there has been. I just not a fights I've been.
God, I'm still heartbroken.
Don't talk to me, bro.
I'm still heartbroken.
No, I'm telling you, man. McGregor is just one of those athletes where it's like he goes up and he was going up for so long, and then it just kind of went downhill and downhill and downhill.
He made $90 million with Mayweather. So
yeah, I mean, he said
not matter.
He said it I think it was last year. He was the highest paid athlete
for the year. Right?
For the year, it's $180 million. $180 million.
You know what I can do with $180 million?
A lot. Well, I mean, there's probably multiple, amounts of money that he has other than that 180 million. I mean, if you follow him on Instagram, he bought a Lamborghini yacht. A Lamborghini yacht. Yes, I said that.
I never knew that even existed.
It's
a Lamborghini.
A Lamborghini yacht. I'm telling you, it's one of the. Hey, put the picture of Lamborghini yacht somewhere up here.
We'll put it right in our faces.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, man, that thing is expensive.
He also got a whole bunch of watches, which I love.
Oh yeah, you love your watches.
So,
I mean, flex on them real quick. Look at that. Look at that puppy.
I love watches. One thing that you always notice, what I always tell you, even though I have my sandals on.
Yeah.
But I told you, a fresh pair of kicks.
Fresh pair of kicks and a watch. Of course.
That's all I care about.
All the time, bro. All right, well, let's get into it. I know we got a little delay there for a second, but hey, man, talk to us about Grace Studios. Tell us what your vision is and what you want to see going forward in the future that you would like to happen. Just kind of give us more in depth, if you will.
Yeah. So, Grace Studios was honestly like, so obviously, I do YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I have my own YouTube channel, and
go follow Nehemiah Cardona on YouTube. Link will be in the description.
Yeah.
Go follow him.
Appreciate that. So yeah, I had my own. I have my own YouTube, and I love to do. My YouTube is considered on music, fashion and family. And the music / fashion aspect of it is I always wanted to own my own studio, just to like do sneaker reviews, to kind of do like a sneaker news type thing.
Yeah, like and drops and stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that. And also drum covers. Like I wanted to have a place, not just a church, to just do drum covers. I actually do drum covers in the studio, and then we got offered this place by my parents because obviously our house is right next door, and immediately like God just gave me this vision of, hey, don't just have a studio for you, but have a studio for others that want to create just like you. And I kid you not, bro, God gave me the finances for everything. It was like God gave me this. I just started dreaming about people being in the studio. I started to dream about. So technically, the room behind us was going to be the studio, which is way too small to have a
way
studio.
Too small. I mean, it's probably like half the size of this room, I think.
But which is still cool because my wife gets to do her photography. But we'll talk about that. But yeah, man, I just started to really think about it, and it just became a dream. I started to dream, see visions of people in the studio, and I'm sitting there helping everyone, and it was just real cool. And then I just decided to share this dream with my wife. And when I shared it with my wife, which is, she's over here, she's our only crowd member today.
Sir. Hi, Ashley, how you doing?
But I shared it with my wife, man, and I've always prayed this prayer, and I think it's a good prayer. I said, God, don't reveal it to me, reveal it to my wife, because then I know it's you. So I shared it to my wife, and my wife immediately said, I've been thinking about the same thing, babe. Like, we should do a studio,
how that works, huh?
like, because she does photography.
Yeah.
So she's like, I can have a photography studio, babe, where I can do this. And I was like, babe, but then I can do the video. And so we just started to dream together. We started to, vision cast, like I like to say, together. And now, Grace Studios is what it is. It's run, of course, from Christians, because my faith is in God. And
it's family channel too. Family channel.
Yeah.
All
my daughter's middle name is Grace. So I love Grace. Shout out to my little mamas. So I wanted to say, this was my thing when I told Ashley when we named it. I said, babe, I wanted to mean something. I wanted to just mean something. So Grace Studios came about. I didn't want to call it Cardona's Studio because it started with my last name. I didn't want to call it NNA. Like NA Studios, like I could say the Nas Studios.
The Nas Studios.
But I was like,
I mean, that might be a cool name though, a
cool,
little bit.
But then,
hey, I'm going to the Nas Studios. See you later, bro.
Like, what's not? But then the name Grace, my daughter's middle name, came up, and I just told Ashley, and Ashley said that's it. And the meaning of grace is even powerful in itself. How God's grace, we need God's grace to live every single freaking day, bro. And then I just said, you know what, babe, Grace Studios, this studio is solely for positivity. You don't necessarily need to be a Christian to come in, but you need to be a positive person. And I believe that people walking through these doors, they're going to feel God's grace. And if they don't know God, they're going to leave here knowing God. That's just my thing. But it's just positivity, man. I want to shed positivity in a world that's so dark, especially after COVID last year. Yeah. So it's crazy, kind of Great Studios are there.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity, because I work in a labor yard. I work 8-10 hours a day. I get to pop one earbud in, and we can go and work and do whatever. But during that time, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and going through that time, and just keep on listening. And I'm like, man, like this would, I feel like, and I was just like, man, this would be cool to do. It would be awesome. Like, we're doing it now. Like this is awesome, and I love to do it. And so as I kept doing it, and I was like, man, I really want to do this, but I have no means how. Like, I don't have the tools to do it at all whatsoever. All of a sudden, your post came in through, hey, we're looking, like, or we opened up this thing called Grace Studios. We're looking for people to come in and create. Working. And I'm like, this is perfect. And that day, it was a YouTube video on your channel, and I DM'd you immediately. I was like, yo, I want to do this. Let's make it happen. You're like, yes, let's make it happen. And so now here we are. Keep it central. We're here now. I
love it, man. It's my goal to make sure that. See, I always say my dad's a pastor, right? So I always say that God gave my dad a platform. God gave me a room.
That's deep, bro.
Because
that's pretty deep, dude.
Because at the end of the day, a platform, you can speak to, hundreds, even thousands, maybe even millions of people. Yeah. But I feel like if I can just give somebody a room where they can just walk in, I feel like their life can be changed. I don't have to mention God at all. They just have to see me as an example. Absolutely. And I feel like that's why I always say, if people come in here, like, I want them to feel like there's something different about your studio, bro. It's not to boast, it's not to brag, because I think it's, you know, it's still nice. If you guys come in here, you will see the studio's not 100% complete.
No, it's definitely not. Yes,
like the baseboards are still not done.
Baseboards are gone.
We still have windows jacked up. My stairs still aren't completely done. But
not
for the most
close.
part, you know, for the most part, it's good.
Oh no, yeah, for this room, yes. If you go back,
if you go to my office,
no.
My office doesn't
crammed, bro.
The floor's not done yet.
No floors, no walls, baseboards. There's just a bunch of junk in there, dude.
But I just told Ashley, if God already gave us basically the foundation, now it's time to start building walls.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, that's what I said. God gave my dad I believe a platform, a pulpit. God gave me a room, and this is my platform to share the light with people. Even if I'm not behind the camera, even if I'm not in front of the camera, and I'm behind the camera.
Yeah, I
still get to feel like I'm able to now make your dream come true, your vision come true.
Yeah,
and to me, that's what I care about the most. I care less. No, financially, yes, you do need. Bro, I spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Cameras are not cheap.
No, they're not, bro. Not at all. None of this is cheap here. None of it at all.
But at the same time, like, God gave me the ability to have it, so why not share it?
Yeah,
and be able to now start a generational wealth for my family. Because at the end of the day, this ain't mine. This is my daughter's. That's why it's named after her.
Absolutely. Yeah. So and it means a lot to me. I remember after the first video, I remember you sent it to me. I looked it over and I was like, man, I don't know about this. Like, it looks weird. I remember calling you too. I was like, bro, I don't know about this, man. Does this look off to you? He's like, bro, it's just going to be like that, man. You just got to keep going and you'll get used to it. And you just having me under your wing and taking me and allowing me to do something that I've always wanted to do, and taking me under, it means a lot to me. 100%, and I'm in your debt for that. But you mentioned your channel, life, fashion, the whole bit. Never catch them with sneakers. You always catch them with sneaks and a watch.
Today I got my sandals.
You got his watch. I got my 11s on though.
He's beating me today on my kicks, but I'm tired, bro. My feet hurt.
Yeah. So speaking of fashion and speaking of kicks, can you name your top 5 kicks of all time? And it doesn't have to be
I
like.
Can give it to you in order.
No. It doesn't have to be in specific order because I mean there's so many shoes out there, and it doesn't have to be a certain colorway either. If you know the colorway, cool. But if you don't, just the base shoe, and just rattle off 5 that you like and that you're comfortable. 5 of all
time or 5 that I like right now.
So I would say
all time is crazy.
I'm about to say if you go all time, I feel like a lot of people would know all time. I would assume. But if you have right now, you can do that too. But I kind of want to get your all time right now, and I'll give you mine.
Wow, my favorite number 1 shoe, and I don't have it, and I'm sad that I don't have it. As a sneakerhead, as a kid I've been doing sneakers since I was 13. So I've literally bought collections and sold them about 6 times. But number 1 shoe, I believe, is the reason why I love sneakers to this day. It is the...
You don't even know. You don't know. You're second guessing yourself there.
Because I got both of these sneakers at the same time as a kid, and this is what started it off for me. But I would say the Fire Red 4s are my number. It's my number 1 ultimate sneaker.
Jordan 4s. If you haven't seen them, look them up. Pretty dope shoe.
My favorite sneaker at the moment. My second is going to be the Bread Jordan 1s. And I'm still mad I don't have a pair.
So great. Jordan 1s, look them up too. Look up all these shoes. You'll understand. You'll understand the hype around it.
The number 3 is the Jordan 11.
Yes, sir.
Derek Jeters.
The Derek Jeters. I don't think I've ever seen those. I'll have to look those up.
This blue suede with the number 2. They're Jordan 1. They're Jordan 11 highs.
Jordan 11s.
They're like $20-something thousand.
Are you
I don't
serious?
think I'll ever buy them.
Hey, maybe if the studio pops off, you'll get some.
I couldn't see myself spending that much money,
Derek
bro.
Jeter.
Jordan 11 highs. Man, look at them. Things are
yeah.
Nice. I know a lot of people don't know too much. I'm a big Yankee fan, so that was my number 3 or 4.
Are the Yankees in the playoffs?
No, we got I don't talk about that.
Hey, Giants and Dodgers, baby, go
I'm
Giants.
For the Giants right now.
Yes, sir. Oh, this suede, like this right here.
But that's the low. There's a high version. It's the same thing. It's just a high version.
Oh, okay.
But the high version is friends and family. Only like a handful made. So that was my number 3 or number 4.
That was number 3.
Number 3, number 4.
Number 4
is going to be the Bread 11s.
Bread 11s. Those
and
are
then,
come on, a classic. Another 11s. Show them
number
off.
5s is, I know it's gonna sound funny, right? But honestly, anything Jordan 1 really. But I would say my number 5 shoe is, and I don't have them, and my wife is in this room, so I hope that she hears me. And I hope that, Christmas
Ashley,
time comes around,
Ashley, you're right there. Listen to
it. It's a tie right now.
Oh, boy. Oh, so 2 pairs.
It's
2 pairs,
the
Ashley.
Jordan 1 Rookie of the Years.
Okay.
And any Jordan 1 Travis Scott.
Oh, my gosh, bro. Those Travis Scotts, man, are so expensive. I want the 4s. I like the Cactus Jack 4s.
I know somebody who has them in your size.
Really?
They're used, but they're like in great condition.
Why?
My brother-in-law.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
He just told me about it yesterday. He's thinking about getting rid of them. My brother-in-law.
Well, I'll be his first buyer. How much does he want for it?
I don't know. I have to ask him. He got them for a steal. I don't even want to mention the steal because it's like it's a robbery of how cheap he got them.
It's a robbery.
Yeah, so
I want them right now.
They're nice. I love them
now.
So, can I give you my ultimate?
Yeah, go
right
your top 5 right now. Like
so,
right now, like you walk in the closet. You walk in the closet. You're looking, and you're like, those are the ones I'm gonna wear today. Those top 5.
My top 5 right now that I love.
Yes.
It's Jordan 1 low metallic grays.
Classic.
I wear those every day.
Yeah.
I literally. Number 2 is my mocha, Jordan 1 mochas.
Another classic.
Number 3 is the Rookie of the Years, which I don't have yet.
You don't have, but maybe you'll get them soon.
Number 4, it's funny, they're all Jordan 1s. Number 4,
they're all Jordans.
Is going to be one of my favorite sneakers too. Jordan 1 J Balvin's.
I don't think I've seen those.
No, they're colorful.
They're just a bunch of Jordan 1s.
No,
that's what it is.
My last
so
one
every
is
single
actually,
Jordan 1 on the planet Earth he wants right now.
Jordan 1s are my favorite. And then the last one is actually gonna be a Jordan 5. It's the off-white Jordan 5s, but it's the I call them the P colorway.
The P colorway.
Like they peed on.
Why?
They just, I don't know why. It goes with vintage, so that's why. I like it.
Hey, speaking of, well, let me give you my top 5 real quick that I like. Obviously, the 11s are my number 1. The Breads, I love those shoes. I mean, they're just how clean the 11s are in general. I mean, just look at this. Like, I mean, you got like this nice like leather look to it. I mean, it's just a clean shoe, man.
You can wear that with a suit and it look good.
Oh, I know. Like I plan on it. Especially these right here. I mean, it's like an all black and.
Now that I see you wearing them, I want to go buy them now.
They're
for the winter, especially.
Oh,
fall,
yeah,
winter,
for
that's
sure.
a great sneaker to wear every day.
I wouldn't wear these in the rain though.
I don't care.
I wouldn't wear these in the rain. But number 2, probably the 4s, Jordan 4s, any of them. I just like the base style of the shoe. Number 3, I'm gonna throw a curveball here. The Ultra Boost. Adidas Ultra Boost, dude. Most comfortable
that's the number 1
shoe
sleeper though
on
Oh
Earth.
my god!
I'm telling you, man.
Man, I wear mine every day almost.
The original white Ultra Boost, the all white. Oh my gosh! If you haven't got a chance to try them on, or go to local Dick's Sporting Goods, wherever.
They have them
try them. I'm telling you, they're so comfortable.
I always wear my red ones. You notice that?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Watch. If you're playing this week, you'll see. I'll probably wear them to practice. Like.
You'll wear to practice?
Yeah, I love those sneakers.
Well, I didn't see them. But anyways, so then number 4 would probably be the 3s. The threes are clean.
That's a good sneaker.
I like the mochas. Didn't they come out with the mochas for the 3s?
Yes, that was the
and the Tinkers, the Justin Timberlake collab.
The JTs?
Yeah, the Justin Timberlake collab, dude. Oh man, dude, those are cool.
You got good sneaker taste.
Yeah,
bro.
those are clean, man. And then my 5th one probably be the ones. I mean, it's just a classic. Like you can't go wrong with it. But dude, the Ultra Boost, I'm telling you,
that's a sleeper.
Sleeper, and they look good. They look good. I recently bought my friend. He wanted some of the Ultra Boosts, the all white ones. And we couldn't find them. We could at anywhere like Dick's Sporting Goods. We went. And we ended up going online, and I think we went on to StockX and we ordered them for him, or is it Dick's Sporting Goods? I can't, one of the two, but we ended up ordering them, and he was like, "Oh, like I love them," and I'm like, "Have you worn them?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, why did we get them for you if you haven't worn them yet?" He's like, "Because I need ankle socks in order to wear them," and I'm like, "No, you don't. I mean, you can wear
I've
if
worn
you
them
wear
barefooted.
sweats, yeah, you could do that
Because they're so like
that.
they're like a semi-meshy looking sneaker. So I would
Yeah, but the Ultra Boosts are clean.
Yeah.
And you mentioned vintage tees, your love for vintage. Can you explain what that is for the people that are watching that may not know exactly what it is? I know what it is because obviously you talked to me about it and you talked to a couple people about it. But can you explain what that is and like what you're planning on doing with it, like selling wise?
So vintage tees, that's something that I gotta give a shout out to my boy Stevie. He used to be my worship pastor as well. He actually got me into vintage tees. I was always a sneakerhead. If you ask any of my friends, they'll tell you what if there's one thing about Nemo, what would you tell me? He's a sneakerhead, like everybody. So I was helping him with sneakers, right? He's like, hey bro, I'm live every Sunday. Like he's the worship leader, so he's like right in the middle. He's like, hey bro, like I need some kicks.
Yeah,
So I started to help him look for sneakers. I was the sneaker,
sneaker guy.
I can find you a sneaker in a heartbeat. And it's not GOAT. I'm not talking about StockX. I love them.
Yeah.
But I can find you a sneaker. So anyways, I found them. It started with the Gym Red Jordan 1 lows. Just the Gym Red, red and white.
Yeah.
And I found them for him. And then he's like, he had a cool T-shirt on. I said, I knew about vintage, but I didn't really know about vintage.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, bro, I do vintage. So he's like, I told him, so what's considered vintage then? Because I have a couple shirts.
Yeah.
And he's like, anything, early Y2K, and below. So you look at any 90s, 80s, 70s, all the way down to 30s.
For anyone that doesn't know what the Y2K is, it's just the 2000s.
Yeah, 2000s.
For anyone that doesn't know that.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. So
younger audience.
So vintage tees. I mean, you can find usually for vintage tee, you'll find the date on the shirt. I'll tell you the date. It's looking at tags. Honestly, I'm getting into it now more than ever. It's really hard because you got to look at the tag. Yeah. You look at the stitching. Like this is a double stitch. If it only has one stitch line, like that's double stitch too. But like if it has one stitch, it's worth more. It has to have the year. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The tag. They have to be certain tags though, because if not, it could be technically a reprinted T-shirt that looks vintage, acts vintage, but it's not. I'm gonna be honest. There's one store. I'm not gonna mention their name, but there is one store that has. It's my boy, bro. He's my boy. I told him all the time, stop selling fake vintage tees just because the T-shirt says vintage tee on it. I told him, I'll supply you vintage tees for your shop.
Hey.
But his sneaker wall is ridiculous.
I bet.
But anyways, so it's a lot. It's a lot hunting, looking for, buying off of people, buying bundles off of dudes, going on eBay, going on, Grailed, which is a website. So you're just looking on Instagram. I mean, it's something that if like you have the time for it, do it. If you don't, you're gonna be exhausted looking for it. Yeah. Because like yesterday, I had on a 1998 T-shirt, the Yankees championship with the Twin Towers.
Oh, that's cool.
Which you don't find any shirts with Twin Towers. Some dude offered me like $100 off my off. He's like, hey, take it off. I'll buy it for $100. I was like, I'm good.
No, bro. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
But I know like if I was to sell it for $100. He could sell it for $120 or $100 as well, because no matter if it's used, unworn, if it's brand new, the value stays the value.
See, that's what's crazy other than sneakers is that it doesn't matter if it's worn, it's still worth even the same or even more than obviously if you get sneakers or used or if they have little dents or scratches or whatnot. Used sneakers? Oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong with buying used sneakers, But for someone that's looking to resell and reprofit off of it,
you're not gonna. Make any money.
Yeah, not off sneakers. Money
if it's worn, unworn, if it has a tag, if it doesn't, it can even have. There's shirts that I bought actually a vintage tee. It was a 98, maybe 97 T-shirt. It's a tour T-shirt. I don't know I forgot who it was, but it was all ripped up in the sleeves. Bro, I paid $40 for that shirt. The crazy thing is, someone offered me $45 for a shirt that's ripped in the sleeves. So even if it has holes, rips, necessary doesn't matter. Stains. Those are a shirt that I got for Joey. It's a 95 Steelers t-shirt.
Oh, he loves the Steelers.
Fat stain on the side. Doesn't even matter. You know why? It's a vintage tee.
Oh, it's a vintage tee.
Oh, wait. That may be an oil spill. What is that? It's a story attached to that
that's pretty cool.
stain. And people are like, oh, shoot. They gravitate towards it. I'm still looking for a 95.
It's a bullet hole. It's a bullet hole. He got shot. He got shot at the side.
But like, it's crazy, man, how vintage is just ridiculous. It's a whole world. It's very easy to get into it, very easy to find, but also extremely hard to find as well. And looking at certain pieces, I would tell everybody, if you had maybe $100 to spend a month, then yeah, maybe get into vintage. But the real thing is, if you got a couple thousand, don't really do it. You can.
You'll just get addicted to it.
You get addicted and then you become a hoarder.
Yeah.
There's shirts right now that don't fit me, and I'm like, because they're too big, like sleeves down to here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but this t-shirt is sexy. Like, I can't get rid
What's
of
one of those
shirt.
t-shirts?
It's a Harley Davidson t-shirt. Like, I love Harley shirts. I love NASCAR shirts. NASCARs are my favorite shirts because it just reminds me of my grandfather.
Yeah.
So I have like a special attachment to that. And Yankees, anything Yankees. Steelers, because I'm a Steelers fan as well. Really anything, you know? Like, I just love vintage tees.
So when you're talking about so when you're talking about the price doesn't change, when you look at a t-shirt and it's faded, like the printing on it's faded, does that make it the price go up higher, or is it better when it's clean and freshly kind of printed in pristine condition?
That's a great question. So sometimes, most of the time, I'm gonna be real with you. The more faded, the more money sometimes, because it's been washed, it's been beat up, it's been, not taken care of. It looks, like, it's crazy. It's like almost like, but you would think a shirt that has a fresh print on it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Some that have fresh prints on it are worth quadruple the price of a faded one, but it all depends on the story.
The story behind it.
It really all depends on what's on the shirt. Because I can right now get a Selena t-shirt that's extremely faded. But guess what? It's a Selena shirt and it's probably 94, 95.
It's a Selena shirt.
It's still going to be worth $250. Now, if I have that same shirt with a brand new, nice looking print on it and it's actually a legit vintage tee, instead of it being $250, it's probably going to be like $400. Just because it's a Selena t-shirt. But then if I get a faded NASCAR t-shirt, like a Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, like a Jeff Gordon, like collab with Budweiser or something like that.
Super faded Jeff Gordon shirt, probably $30. If I get a super nice looking new one that's still 99, 2000, still gonna be like $30. It doesn't necessarily matter. It all matters what's on the shirt.
So it matters. So for anyone that's wanting to do vintage after hearing this, or is currently doing vintage, matters the year. Yeah. The year. It matters
also the size,
the story, the size, even the size.
Yes, I forgot to mention that. So anything large and above is worth more technically. Honestly, XL and 2X is very expensive. Really? It's technically, you can make more money off of selling XLs and 2Xs than mediums, smalls, because necessarily your ladies don't want to wear a vintage tee that's a medium, even though they're medium. They want a larger XL that they can wear with leggings as a dress. Yeah. Or they can tie it up in a knot.
Or they can wear it to like bed or something.
Yeah. So my bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good, bro. No. Matters. Yeah. So size matters. Oh my god. Hey, it's a family show. It's a family show, all right? Don't take that the wrong way.
I got a daughter, okay?
Yeah. Don't take that the wrong way. I don't have a daughter, but still, don't take that the wrong way. It's a family channel, all right? Let's just keep that rolling.
I'm sorry.
So you mentioned you're a Steelers fan. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're not doing too well right now. If you're keeping up to football, we are both, me and Nemo. We are in a fantasy league this year. This is my first time ever doing fantasy. Have you ever done fantasy before?
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 7 years.
Yeah, so this is my first time ever doing fantasy. Team's not bad. boom, pop it up right here. It's gonna be somewhere right here.
I'm not showing my team.
That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. And yeah, man, I feel so sorry for Russell, man. Russell Wilson broke his finger. If you guys didn't watch it, threw the ball, broke his finger. He's out for like a month. Yeah, so pretty much his team's out the window since for that. Yep. I got my boy Brady on right now. I can see the game's probably over, but I want to see how much he.
Well, you had points today.
I know I did because I got Brady as my quarterback, and I picked up Mike Evans and Leonard Fournette along with him. And they played Miami today, which I don't know. Miami's an alright team, but they're not the great. Tom Brady got me 37. Mike Evans got me 26. And Leonard Fournette almost got me 20. Got 19. And I am killing Jason right now.
Sorry, Jace.
Yeah, I'm beating him 117 points right now currently to 42. Whooping him. Sorry, Jason, if you're watching this.
That's not a whooping, bro. That's like...
And this is
borderline abuse.
No, I told him this morning at church because this is a church group where there's like 10 of us. We're all playing. And so I told him I was playing him this week, and George Kittle, he was his tight end. He's on IR right now, and I was like, I'm gonna tell him just so he knows, because I don't want to be the guy that's like no mercy, you know. And so I went up and I was like,
not like hey. Someone we know that started the league.
Yeah, freaking Chris.
But,
Chris, dude.
We have this a 4-0 team.
Yeah, we got a 4-0 team.
He's cheating. He's buying stuff.
Bro, and it's so funny. I actually got a steal off of Chris, too. I traded Juju Smith-Schuster, wide receiver for Pittsburgh. Sorry. And I traded him for Higbee. He's a tight end for the Rams because I needed a tight end. And it turns out, and they are. I think, and it's unfortunate because I'm a Niner fan. Go Niners, Niner faithful. But it's unfortunate that we're probably not going to win this year. At least make the playoffs. We may be able to make wild card just because our teams are pretty freaking good.
Boy, we gonna make it first home this year.
Are you sure about that?
We're gonna make it first home, like.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'm sorry, it's
like,
okay.
Ben Roethlisberger just quit. Sorry.
He should retire this year. If I had any words to say to Ben Roethlisberger, if he was right in front of me, just tell him retire.
Bro, just go enjoy your money.
Yeah, just enjoy. I mean, he's made so much. He won championships. Like he got his championships already. He's gonna go down as one of the greatest. I mean, he just needs to retire, man. Just get it over with. But no, anyways, back to the trade. So I traded Juju Smith-Schuster for Higbee, and it turns out Juju Smith-Schuster, after that trade got done, he actually got hurt. And I saw the notification last night on my phone that he dropped him, and I was dead. I thought it was hilarious. Him up. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Just because he's a Steeler.
Oh my gosh!
Just join my
Steelers fans.
Crappy team.
Steelers fans. I mean, there's nothing you can say about it. But seriously, yeah. So I got Tyreek Hill still, and yeah, man. I mean, it's going all right. There's a couple things. I mean, fantasy's hard.
At least I'm not in last place. Like,
are you? I don't know if you are. I think.
No.
Tim's in last place.
I'm in fourth.
Tim's in last place.
Because my points are still doing well.
You were in fifth, sir.
I'm in fifth now?
You're in fifth.
Well, it's because I'm freaking losing.
You're in fifth, sir. Yeah. Tim is in last. He's 0-4. I want to see who. I know he's supposed to be playing Chris, who's our top guy. And I remember he was telling me, he was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna beat him. No, he's losing by 60 points.
Who's losing?
Tim to Chris. He's losing by 60 points. It was so funny because
Tim just needs to go home and relax and not play every
Yeah, honestly, he probably shouldn't, but yeah, I'm killing him right now, which is crazy. And unfortunately your team's not too hot right now, but that's okay. This is fantasy, Sometimes you think you got a team and then it just
I was literally projected to win the season.
Really? Are you sure?
I was. This was
really
when I had COVID and I was in the hospital. Yeah. And you guys obviously did the draft.
The draft party.
Well, if you looked at the text messages all the way up, it says I was supposed to win the season.
Oh God.
Obviously
not gonna happen anymore, dude. But yeah.
You should do fantasy basketball.
I did that one year.
I know who
senior in high school. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm that
100%.
My team is gonna be stacked.
Yeah, same.
You gonna think the Warriors was an all-star team with Durant? Just imagine my team,
bro. I'm telling you, man. I would love to do a fantasy NBA. NBA season kicked off recently. Who's your team? Are you?
So growing up as a kid, always was a Miami Heat fan because of Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, D Wade.
And I'm a huge Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal fan. Obviously, they're both retired. So living in the Bay Area, when I lived in the Bay, the Warriors had no choice.
Yes, sir. I'm all San Francisco, baby. I mean, Niners.
I do love my
Giants.
Klay Thompson's my number one favorite player, and Devin Booker.
Damn, D Book's a savage, man.
He needs to leave Phoenix though. He needs to go to a team that he's appreciated. Like I think that where he'll actually win a chip. He might win one with Phoenix.
He may. It's just there's just so many pieces and so much stuff that you got to keep putting around him.
Chris
and knowing
Paul's already too old.
Yeah.
CP, I love CP though.
I mean, he's a clean basketball player. I mean, he's definitely going to go down as one of the all-time point guards the game has ever seen, behind Magic Johnson, Curry. I'd probably put Russell Westbrook up there all time, just because of his athleticism.
Them Lakers though this year.
It's just a bunch of old guys. It's a bunch of old guys.
I love Carmelo Anthony because he's Puerto Rican. So,
is he really?
Shout out to my Boricua.
Hey, Puerto Rican man right here.
He has a tattoo on his hand.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm. He has a tattoo.
I never knew that.
Actually, in color too, but he has so many tattoos. You don't
notice it. Yeah. But I don't know, man. What is your hot take? What is your hot take on NBA players or let's say professional athletes taking the vaccine, or else they won't get to play in their respective sports?
Well, I think it's honestly, man. Well, as a person who had COVID, I had the antibodies. I know I have the antibodies now. I do know how serious COVID is, but I think it's more of a government controlling you more than it is, or an organization controlling you than it is really for the protection of others. I think we have freedom of speech, and we have to go back to that.
Yeah,
I believe that we have freedom of basically doing what we have, and that's why everyone in the world wants to come to the United States of America, because we have the freedom to kind of do what we want. If I want to be a girl tomorrow, I can be a girl tomorrow and not get beat up for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if I want to, serve whatever God I feel like it, well, then I am allowed to.
Yeah.
Most of these other countries can't do that. I think we need to go back to what this foundation was laid on. First of all, God itself.
Yeah.
Every dollar bill that we have, it says in God we trust. But yeah, right now we're trusting more in a vaccine than a God.
Oh, that's deep right there.
I believe that if we organizations, I applied for a few jobs this week, and all of them emailed me back and they said, because I won't get vaccinated, my application doesn't even count. So to me, it's
I don't know about that one.
That's
a little bit.
I don't have a problem. If you want to get vaccinated, get vaccinated.
Yeah, we're not against it.
My uncle, my aunt, a few of my family members are vaccinated. Even my nephews.
My whole family is.
I have no problem with the vaccination.
Yeah.
I got COVID. I don't necessarily need it.
Yeah.
I already have COVID in my system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got it real bad. So I always tell people, COVID is very serious. Protect yourself. But also, government organizations, don't force it on people, because it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get envious. We might start a World War III in our own United States without.
That'd just be a civil war then.
It'll be a civil war. Yeah, it'll be a civil war because of what? Because of a vaccine.
Yeah.
Stop focusing on a vaccine and focus on a God. His name is Jesus. That's what y'all need to focus
100%.
on. You focus on Jesus, then you're good.
Yeah. I really hope this doesn't get demonetized off YouTube.
Won't.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
This video might get pushed more now.
Now
it
that
talks about COVID.
That's a good point. So, okay, let's talk about COVID now, ladies and gentlemen. Just so this thing could just shoot out of here. But yeah, so I 100% agree with you. I think that it's a freedom of choice. Obviously, my parents, they had to get it for work purposes. I don't see a problem with that. But for somebody that like myself, who's like 20 years old, has a good immune system, and doesn't feel like he has to take it, it's like I don't want to take it. That's my choice. And it's not like everybody takes flu shots. I mean, you have to take flu shots when you have to, but if you don't have to, you don't need to, and no one's yelling at your face saying that you have to or anything. Yeah. But yeah, so let's just get off that topic real quick, just because I really don't like talking about it that much, but it's
it's like COVID has become like the government. You don't necessarily want to talk too much about it, so
I don't know, it's just
I understand.
I don't know. It's just a whole lot. Now, I heard from a very, very credible source you were DJ not too long ago. And you used to break dance, and
you heard that from my wife. I already know.
And you used to break dance, and your DJ name was DJ Nasty Nemo.
No, that was just.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
No,
Are you
honestly,
sure about that?
I know, cause I always mess around like I'm gonna be a DJ again. And I'm gonna be called DJ Nasty Nemo, but it's just a lie.
Oh, okay.
It's a lie. I actually did DJ. I was a Christian DJ.
Yeah. Christian DJ.
I DJed
wink,
at
wink.
conferences and stuff like that. I did it for about a little over a year. I loved it, but just other things happened where I just stopped doing it. And then breakdancing, I did it my whole life. I did it since I was 3 years old. I still got it. Like I legit still. If I lose let me lose like 20 more pounds and I'll get back to it like nothing.
Really?
I still have it. My mom has videos of me at 3 years old spinning on my head. Like,
do you have those videos?
My mom has them. I don't know where the heck they're at, but my mom has them. And eventually one day I'll release those videos.
Please release it on Keep It Central. You heard it here first. I'll let you know when it's happening. Nemo's gonna release his breakdown mixtape.
I used to love it, man. I used to break dance. I did it my whole life. I did it till I was like, till I moved out to California. So my brother was a breakdancer, and actually my uncles were breakdancers, and then it got introduced to my brother.
Yeah.
And then my brother introduced it to me. So at 3 years old, I was spinning on my head. I was like, yeah.
So how long did this continue for? Like how long?
I did it until I was like 17.
So in high school,
yeah.
Were you the guy that was in the middle of the in the mosh pits and like?
Nah, I never did a mosh pit.
But not like a mosh pit, but like in like dances in the circle.
Yeah.
You were the guy in the middle.
So we had a little like a little squad. I don't remember what the heck we were called. No, bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. We were the best in the city. Like
in the city?
No, like in our city.
And what city is this?
So it's York City. Shout out to York. It's about an hour away from Philly. YC, I grew up, just born and raised there. The first capital of Pennsylvania, by the way.
Oh.
Until Harrisburg took it over. But yeah, we were like the best in the city out of all the schools. They had breakdancers, but we had a dude that was a little shorter than me, which is a miracle. Anyone shorter than me, that's a guy. It's a problem. But he was a little shorter than me, but he was the flipper. He can do all kinds of flips. He would flip off on my back. Like, the dude was a beast.
Was he able to like be the guy that would like run toward a wall and flip?
Yeah, like
he
could do
those
like,
are so cool.
He can do standing backflips, like 10 of them in a row, like with just standing and just flipping.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
None of that stuff. Like, so he was the crazy acrobatic.
Yeah. And
then you had the other dude. Remember when crumping was a thing?
Crumping. So, I don't think I was alive enough to hear crumping.
You probably were. So it was crumping, like all that crazy, like fake fighting, dancing. He's a beast, and he was also like he can take the words that were in the song and make a dance out of it. So he would express the song, like the lyrics,
through dance.
It was
that's
crazy.
pretty cool.
He's a break dancer though, get crazy. So he was more that type, and I was more the pop dude, where I can do things with my arms real nice. Yeah. I should do all that. I should do a couple hat tricks, but I can get down on the ground and get down too.
And bust it down.
So.
Bust it down, dude.
That's funny.
So when you're talking about like your guy that does like to the songs and he dances to the songs and he like mimics what the song is saying. So like I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream in my heart again. Like that thing, like
White Boys is that Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, it is. Party in the USA. It was the first song that came to my mind, and I was just like, you know what?
Yeah,
like I think this would be like
breakdancing songs, bro. We're not talking about.
Well, what is considered a breakdance song?
Anything hip hop, or like hip hop rap. So.
Was this a Christian group or was this?
We were far from Christian.
All right, that's okay,
But don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I used to go to churches and destroy it at the church too.
Hey, that's fine too.
Because obviously growing up in church my entire life, and we all did. But especially me, because my dad was kind of been a pastor my whole life almost. So it was fun, bro. Like it was a real good fun time. Ashley knows I get down sometimes. I get
Ashley, are you serious?
Yeah, because I'm pretty good at like doing this stuff, like
the wave.
Like people can't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's not registering to
even
me.
Like a lot of people don't know. Like, I can do things with my fingers. Like I was pretty good at it, but sports, baseball came into mind, and girls started getting exposed to my life, and then breakdancing.
We like those.
Breakdancing went out the door. But yeah, I used to rap as well, which actually I'm gonna just announce it here. I'm making a comeback, by the way.
You're making a comeback?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple songs and then just to get it out of my system, cause it's bad. It's just the thought of I actually did a song for Ashley for Christmas.
Really?
So I actually bought her an actual gift, but then I was like, I want to get you something sentimental, and I'll play it for you afterwards. I can't play it because it'll be copyrighted.
Unfortunately,
it'll be copyrighted. But yeah, I
wait. But if it's your song,
yeah, that's weird.
How does that? That doesn't make. But that doesn't make any sense.
The guy who made the beat, if he doesn't really like,
it
was a lease beat, not a brought beat. So it's a long story.
I'm about to say, because if it's your song, why can't we play that? Like, it's your song, bro.
Do you have your thing, your dongle, your little thing, so we can plug
your
it
dongle?
You know
the dongle that you put into. Ashley, we're talking to you.
No, she hears it.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I don't know. She was sitting there with the straight face.
Yeah, for our phones.
Yeah, for like audio jack.
We'll just get it afterwards.
Yeah, it's okay.
We'll play
it at the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. We'll listen to it and we'll do a little.
Go to my channel because it's already been copyrighted on mine.
Yeah,
so just go watch it on my channel
for sure. Link in the description.
But yeah, I used to do rap music as well, Christian. I never did nothing crazy. It was just an outlet for me to just kind of express the way I felt. I grew up, crazy little kid. So
we all do. I mean, we all go through that phase, bro. If you're, we all go through that phase of life where it really starts hitting you, and you have to make a choice of how you want to live life. Yeah, and that's okay, man. I know sometimes it happens, and you just gotta keep trying things. So that's if you don't know what to do with your life, just keep trying things. I mean, that's the best piece of advice I think I can give. Just to keep trying things, and if you finally found a love for something or whatever that thing is, attack it and do what you need to do in order to achieve it. I mean, that's what happened with this.
You preaching to the choir right there.
Am I? Does it sound like? Does it sound good?
Right there. That's true.
So I know. Speaking of rapping, did you know that Dwayne Johnson recently was he released? He didn't release a song, but he was featured on a song with Yellow Wolf.
Yes.
On his new album.
What do you think?
What did you think about
relax. That? Lift weights and chill.
Lift weights, film Jumanji, and kick it with Kevin Hart, I guess,
Kick it with your, little person.
Yeah.
That's my man. I love Kevin Hart.
Dude, Kevin Hart's so funny.
He's from Philly and our way, like it's just Philly, baby. Connection,
Yeah. So kind of wrap things up just a tad bit. I don't know if we want to go any longer. If we go that way, then so be it. But in order to kind of wrap it up maybe a little bit, is there any advice you want to give to people that are wanting to create but don't know if they're on the fence about it, or can you give any advice to any people like that kind of want to start to create, but they don't have the means to do it, or they're unsure, like, is this going to pan out?
I'll tell you this, man. If there's something that's burning in your soul that you want to do, something that you're that you feel passionate about, something that you're kind of falling in love with, I say this, man, we're not meant to live on this world to always work for someone. We're meant to be able to live out our purpose and our calling. And if you feel that that's your purpose, your calling, or do you feel like that's what you want to do in life, I say don't ever go when you're 80, 90 years old, 100 years old, however old you are, and you're laying in your deathbed and you're like, I wish I would have. Man, if I only. Man, you know what?
It's the worst feeling ever.
Golly, why didn't I? And you start to play those. Don't live your life like that. Because then you're going to regret what you did for the last however many years of your life.
Yeah.
I say this, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Because right now, you're failing because you're not doing it as it is. You want to prove to yourself that you can do it, then you do it and you go attack it. No matter how hard it is, be willing to take those steps where it's going to probably be hard. Yeah. But if you love it and you have a passion for it, then you can obtain it and you can grab it. Yeah. I always say that what you want to do in life is always at a doorstep away. It's always, you just got to turn the knob.
Yeah, and go walk in.
And once you start walking in it, man, I believe that God will just start providing in it. But, have faith. Go in there with a strong faith. Go in there. Faith is what? Seeing the things that are not seen. Like you're believing in something that's not seen. So I believe if you attack it, you can grab it and you can have it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just go for it.
For me, it's always been like, what if? Like, what if this, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so why not? Yeah, like, so it's like you're saying, why not take it? Why not take that shot and see where it leads you? Because what if it happens? What if you're able to do this for the rest of your life? You get to live happily knowing that you loved coming to work and do this for a living. Like for me, like, this would be something I would love to do for a long while, and not have any responsibilities other than just doing this. And waking up in the morning, obviously, it's going to be a grind. Obviously, it's not going to come easy, but, what if this actually catches? Like, what if people actually like it and people are getting touched by this and they're like, oh my gosh, like, this is so great. I want to keep listening to it and keep listening to it. Like, what if that happens, And for me, that's what's kind of been driving me. And I mean, we've had conversations about it, that. There's been times where I've called you and I'm just like, bro, this thing's gonna work. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna happen. So the great studios, keep it central. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen, and I can't wait for the day that it does, because I'm waiting for that day to call you and just be like, yo, it happened, bro. Like, it happened, dude. Like, it's happening.
I love it,
and you're gonna be a part of it.
It's good because you have that hunger, and I believe if you have hunger. You have a hunger to attack anything, you're going to get it. I believe you're going to obtain it. Kevin Hart didn't give up when he was at Sweet Cheeks. It's funny because I just heard the story, and I love this story. As funny as it is, he was doing comedy in a male strip club. Like, legit, while the men are going to the back and doing what they're doing, changing and all that. He was literally the No, it's crazy. I know it's funny, but like, it's weird.
Oh, I think I have heard this story, because they're like yelling, "Take off your clothes." He's like, "What?" Yeah. He's like, "No, I'm here to bring comedy. Like, I'm not here to perform."
He's like, "I'm not trying to slang my slang. I'm trying to slang these jokes." But I love that story, because what happened if Kevin Hart would have gave up there? We would have never gotten Jumanji 1 and 2.
Jumanji.
We would have never gotten
the Netflix specials.
Intelligence. The Netflix specials. We would have never got, just Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Because K-Hart, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I always say, man, I think if Kevin Hart was in the worst crowd trying to do jokes, then what's your excuse?
Oh, yeah.
Of why you can't do what you want to do, start a podcast. Well, guess what? You don't have the microphone, you don't have the camera, you don't have the. Well, guess what? That's why Great Studios is here. And that's why he there to help you. I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to be rich off of your pockets. But this is my life. This is my living. 100%. This is what you want to do for a living. Let's collab. Let's do this together.
Hey, that's what we're doing.
It's there's always a price to be paid, but are you willing to pay it? Are you willing to clock in 40 plus hours to obtain your goal? It. Are you? How bad do you want it? It reminds me, I love to go back to the Bible, because I feel like we need to have this mentality. Jairus and the woman with the issue of blood, they're in the same story. They both connected in the story somehow. Yeah. Because this lady was sick, Jairus' daughter was sick. One thing I loved is they didn't wait. They didn't wait for God. They didn't wait for Jesus to go to their situation. They went Jesus. To him. See, they were like, you know what? I believe I see the woman with the issue of blood dragging herself to God, crawling her way to Jesus. Her pushing people out of the way. Her like, man, I need to get to this man, and I don't even need to touch him. then you touch something that's on him. I believe if we have that mentality, that I don't care how bad how bad the situation may look, how hard the situation may look, I'm gonna drag myself to it. I'm gonna crawl myself to it. Same thing with Jairus. I'm gonna drag everything I have to my situation because my daughter is about to die.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna drag Jesus. I don't see him just walking with Jesus. I see him almost pulling Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude, my daughter's about to die. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to live out your dream of a podcast, of photography, of videography, of content creating, maybe being the best freaking realtor, maybe the best car salesman, whatever, the best athlete? How bad do you want it?
The best,
you know what I mean?
The best server at McDonald's, or
yes,
like you know, it can go into anything.
You can go from serving McDonald's to being the owner of a McDonald's. Like how bad do you really want it? And
100%.
that's really what it is. People like forget what we just said in the last however long. How bad do you want it? If you really want to do something, then you're gonna prove it to yourself. Forget proving it to anyone else. I don't have to prove nothing to my wife. I don't have to prove nothing to my parents. I have to prove it to me first.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. I believe, I'm a firm believer of if you really want it,
you're going to get it.
You're going to attack it.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
for real, like there's no other words.
Obviously, you got to do it legally, not illegally. Don't be stupid and do it the illegal way. Be smart, you know? Or you got to.
That's it, man. That's just really what it is, man. I believe if you want it, you can have it. If you want it, you can have it. You can grab it and you can attack it, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Live your life that way.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Nemo, or Nehemiah, whichever you want to be called. I call him Nemo. His real name's Nehemiah. But thank you for having or being on today. I really appreciate it. You know, you're a huge influence in my life, obviously, with all this and making my dream come true, and hopefully I can make the same for you, and we can be in each other's corners, helping each other on a pretty daily basis. So yeah, man. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna link Nehemiah's YouTube down in the description below, so you can check out all his videos. Do you have a trip coming up at all?
I did, but I canceled it.
I was just about to say he has a trip coming up, but
my last trip.
Last trip, Puerto Rico, man. San Juan, right?
Yeah,
San Juan, Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico before. It's very beautiful. But this is more of family, right? Family.
Yeah.
So you'll see him, and he'll do all his time through there. So yeah, once again, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being really my first guest, and I hope that we will be on again sometime. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do what you guys do. You guys know the drill. I shouldn't have to explain it. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. We'll keep it central. Peace. We are out.